Albania. Officially, the Republic of Albania is a country in southeastern Europe. It is located on the Adriatic and Ionian Seas within the Mediterranean Sea and shares land borders with Montenegro to the northwest, Kosovo to the northeast, North Macedonia to the east and Greece to the south. Tirana is its capital and largest city, followed by Durrës, Vlorë, and Shkodër. Albania displays varied climatic, geological, hydrological, and morphological conditions, defined in an area of 28,748 square kilometers, 11,100 square miles. It possesses significant diversity, with the landscape ranging from the snow-capped mountains in the Albanian Alps as well as the Korab, Skanderbeg, Pindus and Ceraunian Mountains to the hot and sunny coasts of the Albanian Adriatic and Ionian Sea along the Mediterranean Sea. Albania has been inhabited by different civilizations over time, such as the Illyrians, Thracians, Greeks, Romans, Byzantines, Venetians, and Ottomans. The Albanians established the autonomous Principality of Arbor in the 12th century. The Kingdom of Albania and Principality of Albania formed between the 13th and 14th centuries. Prior to the Ottoman conquest of Albania in the 15th century, the Albanian resistance to Ottoman expansion into Europe led by Skanderbeg won them a claim over most of Europe. Albania remained under Ottoman rule for nearly 5 centuries, during which many Albanians known as Arnauts attained high-ranking offices in the empire, especially in the southern Balkans and Egypt. Between the 18th and 19th centuries, cultural developments, widely attributed to Albanians having gathered both spiritual and intellectual strength, conclusively led to the Albanian Renaissance. After the defeat of the Ottomans in the Balkan Wars, the modern nation-state of Albania declared independence in 1912. In the 20th century, the Kingdom of Albania was invaded by Italy, which formed Greater Albania before becoming a protectorate of Nazi Germany. Enver Hoxha formed the People's Socialist Republic of Albania after World War II, modeled under the terms of Hoxhaism. The revolutions of 1991 concluded the fall of communism in Albania and eventually the establishment of the current Republic of Albania. Albania is a unitary parliamentary constitutional republic. It is a developing country, ranking 67th in the Human Development Index, with an upper-middle income economy dominated by the service sector, followed by manufacturing. It went through a process of transition following the end of communism in 1990, from centralized planning to a market-based economy. Albania provides universal healthcare and free primary and secondary education to its citizens. Albania is a member of the United Nations, World Bank, UNESCO, NATO, WTO, COAS, and OIC. It has been an official candidate for membership in the European Union since 2014. It is one of the founding members of the Energy Community, including the Organization of the Black Sea Economic Cooperation and Union for the Mediterranean. The term Albania is the medieval Latin name of the country. It may be derived from the Illyrian tribe of Albani Albanian, Albanet, recorded by Ptolemy, the geographer and astronomer from Alexandria, who drafted a map in 150 AD which shows the city of Albanopolis located northeast of Durrës. The term may have a continuation in the name of a medieval settlement called Albanan or Arbanan, although it is not certain that this was the same place. In his history written in the 10th century, the Byzantine historian Michael Italiates was the first to refer to Albanoi as having taken part in a revolt against Constantinople in 1043 and to the Arbaniti as subjects of the Duke of Dyrrhachium. During the Middle Ages, the Albanians called their country Arbëri or Arbani and referred to themselves as Arbërsh or Arbensh. Nowadays, Albanians call their country Shqipëri or Shqipiria. The words Shqipëri and Shqitër are attested from 14th century onwards, but it was only at the end of 17th and beginning of the early 18th centuries that the place name Shqipiria and the ethnic demonym Shqiptara gradually replaced Arbëria and Arbërsh amongst Albanian speakers. The two terms are popularly interpreted as Land of the Eagles and Children of the Eagles, the remains of the Kamenika tumulus in the county of Korçë. The first attested traces of Neanderthal presence in the territory of Albania dates back to the Middle and Upper Paleolithic period and were discovered in Zara and at Mount Dajt in the adjacent region of Tirana. Archaeological sites from this period include the Kamenika tumulus, Konispol Cave, and Palumbas Cave. The discovered objects in a cave near Zara include flint and jasper objects along with fossilized animal bones, while those discoveries at Mount Dajt comprise bone and stone tools similar to those of the Aurignacian culture. They also demonstrate notable similarities with objects of the equivalent period found at Cervina Stygina in Montenegro and northwestern Greece. Multiple artifacts from the Iron and Bronze Ages near tumulus burials have been unearthed in central and southern Albania, which has similar affinity with the sites in southwestern Macedonia and Lefkada. Archaeologists have come to the conclusion that these regions were inhabited from the middle of the 3rd millennium BC by Indo-European people who spoke a Proto-Greek language. Hence, a part of this historical population later moved to Mycenae around 1600 BC and properly established the Mycenaean civilization. Founded in the 4th century BC, Shkodër was a significant city of the Illyrian tribes of the Argeae and Labiates. In ancient times, the incorporated territory of Albania was historically inhabited by Indo-European peoples, among them numerous Illyrian tribes, ancient Greeks and Thracians. In view of the Illyrian tribes, there is no evidence that these tribes used any collective nomenclature for themselves, while it is regarded to be unlikely that they used a common endonym. The endonym Illyrian seems to be the name applied to a specific Illyrian tribe, which was the first to come in liaison with the ancient Greeks, resulting in the endonym Illyrians to be applied pars pro toto to all people of similar language and customs. Apollonia was an important ancient Greek colony on the Illyrian coast along the Adriatic Sea and one of the western points of the Via Egnatia route that connected Rome and Constantinople. The territory referred to as Illyria corresponded roughly to the area east of the Adriatic Sea and the Mediterranean Sea extending in the south to the mouth of the Vlorë. The first account of the Illyrian groups comes from Periplus of the Euxine Sea, an ancient Greek text written in the middle of the 4th century BC. The west was inhabited by the Thracian tribe of the Bryges while the south was inhabited by the ancient Greek-speaking tribe of the Chaonians, whose capital was at Phoenix. Other colonies such as Apollonia, Epidamnos, and Amantia were established by ancient Greek city-states on the coast by the 7th century BC. The Illyrian Argeae tribe, centered in Montenegro, ruled over most of the territory of Albania. Their Ardean kingdom reached its greatest extent under King Agron, the son of Plordus II. Agron extended his rule over other neighboring tribes as well. Following Agron's death in 230 BC, his wife, Tuta, inherited the Ardean kingdom. Tuta's forces extended their operations further southwards to the Ionian Sea. In 229 BC, Rome declared war on the kingdom for extensively plundering Roman ships. The war ended in Illyrian defeat in 227 BC. Tuta was eventually succeeded by Gentius in 181 BC. Gentius clashed with the Romans in 168 BC, initiating the Third Illyrian War. The conflict resulted in Roman conquest of the region by 167 BC. The Romans split the region into 3 administrative divisions.